My beloved child, do not rush ahead. Pause where you are. Before you take another step, I want you to hear my voice above every other voice that has been competing for your attention. The noise of fear, the weight of disappointment, and the whisper of doubt have spoken long enough. Now listen to me. You have been asking me for a miracle. You have searched for signs. You have looked toward distant horizons, believing your answer must be waiting somewhere else. But what if I told you that the miracle you have been praying for is not hidden in another place? It is unfolding on the very path you are walking today? You have called this path difficult. You have called it lonely. At times, you have even wondered if you had taken the wrong road. Yet every step you have taken has been known to me from the beginning. Nothing beneath your feet has surprised heaven. Not the sharp stones, not the steep hills, not the unexpected turns. I knew every one of them before you ever arrived. And still, I chose to walk beside you. There were moments when you thought you were moving through life unnoticed. You believed your quiet faith had been overlooked. You wondered whether your prayers had disappeared into silence. My child, silence has never meant distance. The deepest rivers often flow without making a sound. In the same way, my greatest works often begin quietly, beneath the surface, long before human eyes can recognize them. While you were looking for sudden change, I was creating lasting transformation. While you were asking me to remove every obstacle, I was teaching your heart to discover my strength in the middle of them. While you were searching for a miracle ahead, the miracle had already begun within you. Look at your heart. You are stronger than you were before, more compassionate, more patient, more dependent upon my presence than upon your own understanding. That is not weakness. That is my work. The world celebrates quick victories. Heaven celebrates faithful hearts. Many people chase extraordinary moments, but I delight in those who continue walking when no applause is heard. Those who keep believing when no answer seems visible. Those who keep loving when love requires sacrifice. You have done more than you realize. Every quiet prayer, every unseen act of kindness, every tear that fell while you still whispered my name, has become part of a beautiful story I am writing through your life. Nothing has been wasted. Not one disappointment. Not one delay. Not one moment you thought was empty. Each step has been preparing the next. Have you ever noticed how a traveler climbing a mountain cannot always see the view waiting at the summit? The higher they climb, the narrower the path becomes. The journey demands patience. It requires endurance. Sometimes clouds hide the destination completely. Yet every faithful step brings them closer to a breathtaking view they could never have imagined from below. That is where you are today. Do not mistake the narrow path for the wrong path. The road that leads to my greatest blessings is often the one that requires the deepest trust. If I showed you every miracle before you reached it, faith would no longer be faith. I invite you to walk with me one step at a time, because every step strengthens your confidence in my heart. I have not asked you to carry tomorrow. I have only asked you to trust me today. That is enough. My child, the path you are walking is not leading you away from your miracle. It is leading you directly toward it. Even now, while these words are reaching your heart, doors you cannot yet see are quietly opening. Conversations you know nothing about are already unfolding. People you have never met are being positioned according to my perfect timing. Opportunities are drawing closer with every sunrise. Heaven is never idle. While you sleep, I continue working. While you wait, I continue preparing. While you pray, I continue arranging what no human hand could accomplish. So lift your eyes. Do not become discouraged because the journey has been longer than you expected. The length of the road has never determined the certainty of my promise. I have never abandoned a path that I myself prepared, and I will not abandon this one. There is a reason I brought you here today. Not merely to comfort you, but to awaken your expectation once again. Because the next part of your journey will reveal something you have long been praying to see. Stay with me a little longer. The miracle is closer than you think. and the path beneath your feet is already leading you toward it. My beloved child, keep walking with me. Do not stop because the road has become difficult. Do not turn around because the journey has taken longer than you expected. The path you are on has not been chosen by chance. I have walked this road before you. I know every bend, every valley, every mountain, and I know exactly where it leads. It leads to the place where your prayers and my promises finally meet. There were days when you believed you were simply surviving, but heaven saw something different. Every step you took in faith echoed through eternity. Every moment you refused to surrender strengthened your spirit. Every time you chose hope over despair, light overcame darkness in ways you could not see. Do not underestimate the power of your quiet obedience. The world celebrates loud victories. I celebrate faithful hearts. Some of the greatest miracles begin with ordinary steps taken by people who simply refuse to stop trusting me. Think of Noah. Before the rain ever fell, he kept building. Think of Abraham. Before the promise became visible, he kept walking. Think of Peter. Before he stood on the water, he first stepped out of the boat. Their miracles were not waiting at the place where they stood. Their miracles were waiting on the path of obedience. And so is yours, my child. There are blessings that cannot be discovered while standing still. There are answers that only appear after the next faithful step. There are doors that open only for those who continue walking with me, even when they cannot yet see what lies ahead. I know you have become weary. I know there were moments when you whispered, "Lord, I cannot walk much farther." But every time you thought your strength had reached its end, my grace quietly carried you farther than you imagined possible. You believed you were holding on to me. The truth is, I have been holding on to you. When your faith felt small, my faithfulness remained great. When your heart trembled, my hand remained steady. When your vision became clouded, my purpose never changed. My child, the miracle you are seeking is not only the answer to your prayer. The miracle is also the person you are becoming while you wait. You are learning to trust without seeing, to love without conditions, to worship without certainty, to believe because of who I am, not because of what you already possess. That kind of faith is precious. It cannot be purchased. It cannot be borrowed. It is formed only through walking with me. Do not compare your pace with anyone else's. Some flowers bloom in spring. Others bloom in autumn. Yet every flower opens exactly when I designed it to. Your season has its own appointed time. Your testimony has its own appointed moment. What I am preparing for you cannot be rushed, because I care more about the person receiving the blessing than the blessing itself. I am preparing both together, the gift and the heart that will carry it with humility. So release your fear. Release your timeline. Release the burden of trying to understand every detail. Simply place your hand in mine again. Walk with me today. Tomorrow will have its own grace. The next step will have its own strength. And the next season will reveal my goodness in ways you have never experienced before. Lift your eyes, my beloved. The horizon is beginning to change. The light you have been praying for is already breaking through the darkness. The miracle is no longer a distant dream. With every faithful step, you are drawing closer to the moment I have prepared since before you were born. Stay close to me, because what I am about to show you next will reveal why every delay, every detour, and every difficult step has been leading you towards something far greater than you ever imagined. Before we continue, my beloved child, if these words are touching your heart, write IWILLKEEPWALKING in the comments as your declaration of faith. Then share this message with someone who feels tired, discouraged, or ready to give up. You may become the light that reminds them their miracle is closer than they think. Now stay with me. There is something I have wanted you to understand for a long time. You have looked at this journey and asked, "Lord, why did you choose this path for me?" Today, I want to answer you. Because this path leads somewhere ordinary roads never could. The easiest road is not always the one that leads to my greatest purpose. Sometimes I guide my children through valleys so they can discover that my presence is greater than their fear. Sometimes I lead them over mountains so they can see a horizon they would never have reached by remaining where they were. And sometimes I ask them to keep walking even when they cannot see beyond the next step. Not because I delight in making the journey difficult, but because I delight in making your faith unshakable. My child, there were moments when you wanted a shortcut. I understood. You wanted the pain to end. You wanted the waiting to be over. You wanted immediate answers. But if I had given you every answer too soon, you might have missed the miracle I was creating within you. The greatest gift I have been preparing is not only what I will place into your hands, it is the peace I have been placing into your heart. Because when peace lives within you, no storm can steal your joy. When my presence becomes your greatest treasure, no earthly disappointment can take away your hope. That is why I have been teaching you to walk by faith instead of sight. Faith does not begin when everything becomes clear. Faith begins when you choose to trust me while the path is still unfolding. Every sunrise has carried my mercy. Every sunset has carried my protection. Even on the days you felt completely alone, I was walking beside you. You could not always recognize my footprints because I was carrying burdens you were never meant to bear. I was protecting you from dangers you never knew existed. I was closing doors that would have led you away from my best. I was opening opportunities that had not yet reached your field of vision. Nothing has been random. Nothing has been forgotten. Even what appeared to be delay has been woven into my perfect design. My child, have you ever noticed that rivers never argue with the direction they flow? They continue moving forward because they know the destination is waiting ahead. In the same way, keep moving with me. Do not allow yesterday's disappointment to become tomorrow's limitation. Lift your eyes. The horizon is changing. The season is changing. And you are changing. The fearful heart that once questioned every step is becoming a peaceful heart that trusts my leading. That transformation is beautiful in my eyes. Do not despise your journey. Honor it. Because one day you will tell others, if God had not led me down that difficult road, I would never have discovered how faithful He truly is. Your testimony is being written one faithful step at a time. Soon, very soon, the path that seemed uncertain will become the testimony that strengthens countless other hearts. Stay close to me, my beloved, because the next part of this journey will reveal the miracle you have been praying for, and you will discover that I have been preparing it all along. Do not be afraid of the future. The future belongs to me. And because it belongs to me, you can walk into it with confidence. I know what tomorrow holds. I know the opportunities waiting for you. I know the prayers that are about to be answered. I know the people I am sending into your life. I know the doors that are already beginning to open. Trust me before you see them, because faith grows strongest before the miracle becomes visible. Many people only believe after they receive. But I am calling you to believe before you receive. That is where miracles begin. I want you to start speaking differently. Instead of saying, nothing ever changes for me, begin saying, my God is working even when I cannot see it. Instead of saying, I'm losing hope, declare, the Lord is renewing my strength every single day. Instead of saying, I don't know what tomorrow will bring, say, my Heavenly Father has already gone before me. Your words carry power. Let your mouth agree with my promises instead of your fears. My child, you have survived storms that once looked impossible. You overcame seasons that you thought would destroy you. You are still standing because my hand has never left you. Every breath you take is evidence of my faithfulness. Every new morning is another reminder that my mercy never runs out. This is why I want you to keep your eyes on me, not on the storm, not on the opinions of people, not on the temporary problems surrounding you. Look at me. When Peter kept his eyes on me, he walked above the waves. Only when he looked at the storm did fear begin to pull him down. Keep your focus on my promises, not your problems, because where your attention goes, your faith follows, and where your faith grows, miracles begin to appear. My beloved child, I am writing a testimony through your life that will encourage people you have not even met yet. One day, someone will hear your story and discover hope again. Someone will believe again because they witnessed what I did for you. Someone will trust me again because your life became living proof that I still perform miracles. Never think your pain had no purpose. I will use every chapter, every tear, every victory, every lesson. Nothing will be wasted. Everything will reveal my goodness. So lift your head, stand in faith, walk with confidence. The chapter ahead will not resemble the chapter behind you, because I am leading you into a season where my peace will be greater than your fears. My joy will be stronger than your sorrow, and my blessings will speak louder than every disappointment you have ever known. Stay with me, my beloved child, because in the final part, I will leave you with a promise that will anchor your heart forever, and I will speak a blessing over your life that you can carry into every new day. If this message touched your heart, take a moment to write Amen in the comments as your act of faith and gratitude to God. Then share this message with someone who may be praying in silence today. Your simple act of sharing could become the answer to another heart's prayer. May God bless you and everyone this message reaches.